I called this video "Glad You Are Still With Us" because I was thinking about that as a term in my head, right? I think every once in a while, for people like us, um, we haven't seen somebody in a long ass time. And we know that they weren't even close, as far as we knew, to making wise decisions like avoiding medical scheduled appointments that were forced upon everybody, that was committed to their system in the way crazy way that it was. And one thing that I think I don't hear enough, because usually usually these people that we meet, there's no awareness of what that experience was like for you and why you would feel this kind of way that you'd want to express, right? And that's just glad you're still here, right? You're not, like, I don't know why some people had not, like, how some people just fucking bounced back from, like, whatever vibes they first got from their circumstances, right? Um, Unfortunately, I know what invisibly may be there for who knows how long. Um, hey, what's up, Cosmo? Uh, you know, because, like, I can't just sit there and look at everybody that's okay and say, like, all you people just didn't get vaccinated. That's why, right? Look, all these people in their echo chambers. Like, if I know somebody who knows what I am like, and I see that they're okay today since the vaccine, I might feel it very appropriate to tell them, because they would understand what it means to me to say I am glad you're not here. Because half of my nervous breakdown was how many of my fucking friends that fucking aren't taking me seriously in real time am I not going to see next year as I continue to like, whatever. I know it's fucking real. Like, I was sitting there, through 2022, hearing tertiary conversations from people who were just like, uh, you know, complaining about, like hearing about some new COVID thing that caused a completely unexpected, like, medical emergency to happen in the family, and it was, somebody could die, and there's a woman that's very distraught or whatnot, and people are, just like, it fucking real. Happened to a lot of people. Fucking a disturbing amount of people. I mean, like, it was easy to sweep the ill conditions of regular jabs under the bus forever, especially because typically none of it killed you, and it's just like there's a different kind of conversation about that practice, which is still also in the mix. So, um, there's too many people out there who want to live in a program of like, all forms of people that just went and submitted to the jab are the enemy, lumping them in with all of the jab Nazis, many of which actually fucking died, which tells you like something, right? There was definitely something about the state of your heart, right? The state of your heart, and and like you can have a healthy heart, but by our medical standards, right? Not something that we can talk about with any kind of test. But if you were running around with true hatred in your heart, it was like an accelerant. It was like some sort of fucking accelerant, right? Um, they do the whole. They made the whole correlation to the Gom Jabbar with this thing. It's not the same. The Gom Jabbar was not something they just fucking gave everybody and just ran around whack-a-mole like, who's got the stuff. The Gom Jabbar was something special. It, like, just because you lived on doesn't mean you're fucking special. You survived the medical monster. It kind of just chose to let you live right now. And oh yeah, and the people out there to look at these vaccinated people, just like, the only reason why they don't think they're dead is probably because they don't exercise at all, right? Like, they've never accelerated their heart rate in the last 4 fucking months to an alarming level. Like, no, that's definitely not it. I'm pretty sure I see plenty of people that probably got well jabbed at the gym, doing their thing, burning their cardio, etc., etc. All of that falls apart. No need to yell. Was I yelling? What do you mean, Nick? Anyway, I am just I'm just sitting here, and I do think that we are now going to be living in a kind of universe where there is more space for that, right? As well as maybe some people that need to say it or need to hear it. Because, I mean, that's the only real thing that really can be said to each other. As far as just all this out here, right? All of our problems get concentrated into psychic spaces that are never right in front of you, and then media brings that psychic space to you to ask for your sympathetic fucking appeal to that signal. Anyway, that that's what makes it kind of frustrating, right? Like, it doesn't matter unless you get yourself immersed in there, in that world, and you don't get immersed in that world without really getting like a certain degree of acceptance from people, and you've got to go through checkpoints of agreement of what you believe and what you're like as a person and how confident and authentic all of that comes off to them, and then boom, you're in a place to ruin all of that if you would like, making the impact of whatever your post-COVID fucking thing you want to tell a bunch of people finally, right? Because you had to get it off your chest because you weren't allowed to for 4 years or whatever, right? It's just like, it doesn't happen by that point. You're too... Your attitude has changed. You've been forced to build a relationship with people before you get to the point where you're in the platform where anything you say is going to make a difference, and then it's going to get torn apart because it'll ultimately be you, because that's ultimately a plot of betrayal, right? And if you're going to do that, do it the Odinic way, not the Lokian way, right? Everybody's Loki this and Loki that whenever there's a trick to be had. What the fuck's wrong with you? Odin's the trickster god. Why do you steal that title from the Allfather? Right? This is why I don't like people that worship Loki. It's just like there's very few Jotun in the god category. Loki is not one of them. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to work. I catch you guys later.